She's so fine. Hell on hell of blows my mind. Hell on hell of lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Tuesday, August the 8th, 2023. This video will be, again, regarding missing 39-year-old businesswoman from North Carolina, Allisha Watts, who went missing after traveling with her boyfriend of approximately 1 year, 51-year-old James, or Jay. He also has a nickname, Toot Toot, Dunsmore. Tammy Utley, who is Allisha Watts' younger sister, previously wrote a letter, and now she has wrote a second letter. And she wrote that the time has come for James Dunmore to tell them what happened to the 39-year-old missing Allisha Watts. Now, enough is enough, James Dunmore. And then she wrote J in parentheses, which is what he also goes by. It's time for you to give her back to us, the letter reads. Give her back to our family, friends, and devoted community, because the truth of the matter is we will not stop saying her name and asking the necessary questions that need to be asked. We will never stop searching up and down the highways and byways for her. What you have done, your soul ain't even enough to cover the expense. Now, Tammy Utley also criticized how the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department has handled its investigation and alleged Dunmore's vehicle was removed from his house Monday afternoon. She asked why the vehicle was allowed to be removed from a potential crime scene if James Dunmore himself removed the vehicle. Now, neighbors told WCNC Charlotte the vehicle disappeared sometime late Monday afternoon, yesterday. Another person also said a package that was on the home's front porch is now gone. Tammy Utley continued to write, CMPD, I am baffled by the way things are being handled at this point. Detective Childress, I have personally reached out to you on numerous occasions, leaving messages on both your mobile and desk phone. Where is my call back, sir? Even if the update is minimum, I deserve a call back. Now, Tammy Utley also alleges the family updates have come through media reports, such as when the investigators found this shell casing at his home after they searched it. And that was found on July the 20th. She also referenced James Dunmore's criminal history in Virginia and a domestic violence protection order that was recently granted this year, just a few months previous, for James Dunmore's wife in the Durham, North Carolina area. As I've stated in my previous video, Dunmore has convictions for abduction, stalking, as well as assault and battery, according to court documents. These are facts. She goes on to say, you have searched his house on numerous occasions and have collected personal belongings of my sister, Allisha Watts. We demand some form of accountability as our patience is growing thin with this matter here. Where is the justice for Allisha Watts? She doesn't have a voice right now, so her family, friends, and devoted community will be her voice each and every day until she is returned back to us. Detective Childress, I'm waiting for my call back. This will not turn into a cold case.
New tonight in the search for Allisha Watts, her sister is voicing frustrations and demanding answers from Allisha's boyfriend and CMPD.
In a statement released to Channel 9 today, she called on James Dunmore to, quote, give Allisha back to her family. Allisha Watts was last seen at Dunmore's home in University City.
Allisha's sister also demanded accountability and transparency from CMPD, saying her friends, family, and community would not let this case go cold.
Our Genevieve Curtis talked with leaders at an organization that's also pushing for more action from investigators in this case.
Erica, it has been 23 days since Allisha Watts was last seen here outside of the home where her boyfriend lives here in the University City area. And to this day, no one investigating her disappearance has spoken with us about her case. Now that national organization, who is also working with Allisha's family, is calling on CMPD to give her case the time and resources and attention they say it deserves.
This is such a heartbreaking case. The fact that the family felt initially that law enforcement really wasn't taking the case seriously.
Derica Wilson, a former police officer, founded the organization Black and Missing to bring attention and resources to cases just like Allisha Watts. This organization, not law enforcement, first alerted us to Allisha's disappearance 2 weeks ago. Watts was last seen at the University City home of her boyfriend, James Dunmore, Sunday, July 16th. She didn't show up for work on Monday, and Dunmore was found in her car in Anson County Tuesday. 23 days into her disappearance, Wilson says there seems to be a lack of urgency to find Allisha.
It really doesn't seem like there's any urgency in finding, and I think that whether it's a search effort or if it's a flyer distribution, bring in the cadets. Bring in the police cadets, that's, police training 101, have them distributing flyers in the community, have them knocking on doors.
Channel 9 first reported last week the North Carolina Center for Missing Persons said it was ready to assist in any way, but had not been asked by CMPD. We know federal authorities have not been asked to assist, and we also found Watts has not been added to a national database for missing people called NamUs. CMPD hasn't explained why, despite my repeated requests. Wilson says at a time when resources are tight, plenty of organizations are ready to help.
It is disheartening that there are resources that's available and law enforcement hasn't tapped into it. And to me, it seems as if law enforcement becomes very territorial in these cases, and she could be absolutely anywhere, and just because she's missing out of Charlotte doesn't mean that she's still in Charlotte.
This is a flyer Black and Missing created for Allisha, and they also have a tip line. No one from CMPD has publicly addressed this case. Wilson said she'd like to see them make an effort to keep Allisha's case in the public eye and engage the community.
And if we stop sharing, it gives the perception that she's no longer missing, and that's far from the truth. Yeah. She is in danger. She is a woman that deserves the resources to be found from law enforcement.
Now, we do know that CMPD searched this home looking for evidence of murder, and we also know that an officer found a bullet shell casing outside of this home 1 day after Allisha was reported missing. Right now, CMPD will not say whether her boyfriend, James Dunmore, is a person of interest or a suspect in this case. I've also reached out to Dunmore several times on the phone and also through email and have not gotten a response. For now, reporting live in University City, Genevieve Curtis, Channel 9, Eyewitness.
Genevieve, thank you.
A woman claiming to be James Dunmore's estranged wife discussed her relationship with him by sending a message to a mutual friend to post on Facebook. She described their relationship as, quote, very toxic, end quote, and said she left him after he physically abused her. She also accused police of not taking her complaints seriously. I told my investigator everything they needed to know, which seemed pointless, because they failed to thoroughly investigate this matter and continued to let this dangerous man walk the streets, leaving me vulnerable and unprotected. Police need to be more proactive rather than reactive. I did not know Allisha, nor did I know that was her cousin who lived across the street from us. My prayers are with the family because I literally thought I would never see my family again. I hope justice is served, but I have no further information to provide regarding this case, nor have I had any contact with Mr. Dunmore since placing a restraining order. Now, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department recently said that there's no new developments regarding Allisha Watts' disappearance, and anyone with information is asked to call 911 immediately.